In this world, ranking is supreme, a order that sets each one's role. It's a drive that fuels dreams, pushing folk to seek greater rank. Ranks judge all from brute might to sharp wit. Even bonds, huge wealth, and open jobs get scored. Truly, in these times, each part of life fits in a ranked list. A solo lad with a blade stares at a wide, wild dale with fire in his veiled gaze. This young rogue's trip is set to start. Our tale, Wild Ranker, starts in Part 1, meeting Lo and Yuna and Torytown. Torytown seems calm, sat between soft slopes and cute huts. Here we see Lo hard at work splitting wood, already building his power. Lo, now 16, gladly ends his log task. A townie asks Lo for one more chore, and he nods at once. Then a hot Yuna storms in, tossing the townie back with a yell. Yuna, also 16, guards Lo, telling all to quit using him. The townie moans, but Yuna claims Lo's blank stare is just his way. She shakes Lo hard, mad he lets folks milk his good heart. Yuna calm, seeing Lo's kind soul, but she's clearly scared. Then a thought lights Yuna's look. Her face shifts fast. She nears, hissing an exciting plan. Wish to slip past the town? Just then, an old crone shows, oddly knowing a hidden route. The crone snaps a firm no, waving a sharp fork. We're barred from leaving. As folks hold a raging Yuna, one man says to cage her. The townie still asks Lo to aid, and Lo quick agrees. Yuna wails. You two are our lone peers here, I fear we'll grow apart. The townie tells Lo, it's fine to want things and rest. Lo, though, states strong, no, I'll assist. Shocking the townie, he thinks back. When my folks died, all here took me as kin. Lo recalls their steady love. They kept me safe, and I must pay that back. With a warm grin, Lo says, I truly cherish this town and its folk. Moved, the townie weeps, offering Lo a home, but Lo gently refuses. To me, the townfolk mean the most. He feels the outer world lacks worth next to his place. Meanwhile, a sad Yuna sits locked in a wood pen. The crone chides Yuna, wanting her to act like meek Lo. Yuna asks why they're trapped. But Gran, why can't we ever quit the town? The elder states, the world is huge, but you push, so why stay here? With a grim face, the crone shares, for we are hated souls. Yuna, stunned, pleads, hated by whom? The crone murmurs, no need to know. In time, all will be clear. A strange, soft glow falls, hinting at truths untold. Far off, Lo works hard to pull water from the town well. He ends his chore, sighing. Done, the pails are full. Then a small rock taps Lo's brow, making him halt. He spins to spot Yuna slyly waving from past a stone. Hush. Yuna grins slyly, curling a finger to call Lo near. She boasts that fleeing her jail is now easy as pie after so many tries. With wild zeal, Yuna pleads, just come with me, Lo. Lo wavers, cautioning, Gran will rage if we slip out again. Yuna steps close, eyes bright. There's something you must see. Curious, Lo trails Yuna into the leaf-lit woods. Yuna points ahead, crying, right there. As Lo gasps in awe, they step into a stunning view, a wide, bright vale, with a gleaming stream winding through. Yuna throws her arm high, yelling, see, Lo, this is the outer world. It's this vast. Lo, stunned, breathes, wow. As leaves flutter by, a bright grin blooms, his eyes shining. Amazing. Yuna smiles softly at Lo's joy. She pulls a book, asking, hey, know the outer world's laws? Yuna admits she stole the book from a trader, telling how the outside ranks all things. Pages flip, showing jobs like rogues and healers, each with unique glows. Yuna adds, there are ranks for all, and those listed are rankers. She says even arms, meals, might, and gold are ranked out there. All gets graded, she states, and all fight hard for standing. Lo ponders, so the world has rules too. Yuna beams, sounds thrilling, right? Then, with fiery will, she vows, I'll be a ranked rogue. She dreams of journeys, rival clashes, and one day being strong and famed. Lo warns, but we're trapped. Yuna roars, I've made my choice, I'm leaving. She thrusts her hand at Lo, resolve thick in the air. Her cry rings out, join me, Lo. With a radiant smile, she cheers, let's seek adventure. Yuna urges, you must go out, Lo, leaving him stunned. Then she recalls, remember at 5 when that giant bird struck me? A flashback shows young Lo fiercely driving off the huge bird, a weird green glow flaring. Yuna, teary, murmurs, you saved me, right? As young Lo's grit shines, Lo barely remembers. That occurred? Yuna mimics a boom, boom, sound, then smirks. I knew then, though you drift off, when you try, you're the strongest. As Lo blinks, Yuna begs, you'll glow brighter beyond the town. So roam the world with me. With glee, she bounds ahead, waving Lo to follow down a sunlit trail. Lo lowers his head, moved yet reluctant. Thanks, Yuna, but still. He then looks away with a tender smile, declaring firmly, I cherish this village too deeply to go. Annoyed, Yuna strikes Lo with a branch, shouting, Argh, you thick fool! She marches away, announcing, Fine, I'll depart without you. Lo softly wishes her safety as he watches her leave, a thoughtful look crossing his face while leaves float past. He reflects, abandoning the village, I've never considered it before. Solo Lo observes the expansive valley, thinking about rankings. The heavens shift from bright azure to warm amber sunset, showing time's flow. Lo stays seated, lost in contemplation as dust settles, exhaustion visible. When the sun vanishes, he finally whispers, Suppose I should return. He stands, his footsteps stirring dirt, but as he starts walking, Lo suddenly stops, his eyes widening slightly at something against the dusk. Eh? An odd hovering landmass appears in the crimson sunset. He stares in shock as the massive rocky island drifts menacingly closer. What is that? Abruptly, the island surges with snapping blue energy, its crystal foundation glowing. A swirling vortex of power forms beneath. Before Lo can respond, a gigantic beam of pure force erupts downward from its heart. What? The blast throws him backward through the foliage. Stunned on the ground, he looks up, shocked. What occurred? Struggling upright, Lo scans the now vacant sky. It's vanished? Panic takes hold. He sprints, trying to convince himself it's okay. Nothing changed. But as he runs, his mind races to Yuna, Grandma, and the villagers. A terrible premonition claws at him. When he reaches the village border, his reality fractures. Where Tori Village once existed, only a burning crater remains. Lo stumbles to the edge, toes at the precipice. What? The village? Desperate shouts tear from his throat. Yuna! Grandma, anyone here? A precious memory surfaces, a girl's voice promising, Don't worry, Lo, I'll always stay with you. Then, a villager's kindness. You're not alone. From today, we're kin. Tears flow as the nightmare sinks in. Lo collapses, a primal scream ripping through the wasteland. Why this? Kneeling in ashes, he chokes out, Damn, too late once more. His fist clenches. All I did was watch. As night falls, a solitary figure appears at the crater's rim above. Lo glances up, startled. A stern man towers over him. The stranger climbs down carefully, his intense eyes softening somewhat. You? Are you from Tori Village? Lo nods numbly. Yes. The man exhales. That's harsh. He attempts comfort. But don't panic. That island disappeared now. Confused, Lo asks, Island? The man leans in intently. Before, you witnessed what that was? Lo's despair explodes. He seizes the man's coat, demanding, What of the village? The people? Lo weeps openly, howling in pain. What was that thing? The stranger's crimson eyes sharpen, sweat dripping down his cheek. He shoves a marked paper at Lo, insisting, Forget this place. Tell me, the man roars. See the truth. The note promises shelter, but his tone is bleak. Your whole town is gone. This world would crush you. Extending a hand, he tells the crying boy softly, Let it go. Departing, his last words linger. That's your sole choice. With raw worry, he begs, Stop here. Don't die for nothing. Lo stares downward. A teardrop hits the pool below as he whispers, No, I understood then. A flashback, Yuna's words, Even when you daydream. The tear disturbs the water, glowing emerald. Her voice persists. When you truly try, nobody matches you. The light flares. The man spins to see Lo wreathed in pulsating green energy. His widened red eye shows. This power shocks him. Lo clenches his jaw, cheeks wet. How could I forget? His shout defies fate. I'll reach that island. I'll save them all, whatever it takes. Memory. Child Lo stands in wreckage, tiny in a lone sunbeam. The past replays, My parents perished underground. The boy curls up in blackness, completely isolated. Then light. A kind hand touches his hair as he remembers, I had nobody, till they arrived. The villager's compassion appears, shared food, open doors. Yuna grins, his eternal sunshine. These were souls who helped the hurting. Now the green power swells wildly as Lo breathes. Thank you, everyone. Crackling with energy, he confronts the stunned man. I'm going there, He swears, voice shaking but firm. I'll return them all, no matter how. The man recoils. This prana? Lo's aura detonates, bending reality. Earth splits underfoot as text explains. Prana, all life's essence, rarely controlled. Normally unseen, masters like Lo project it uniquely, like signatures. Old cultures used it differently, masked forms flicker, and certain bloodlines, maybe Lo's, wield exceptional forms. The man gasps, so you're Babel's survivor. Understanding strikes. His escape was fated from the start. The spinning blade cuts through prana-charged air, its gleaming edge whistling. Lo stands unwavering, emerald aura flaring as the massive sword embeds itself in dirt before him. Red Eyes issues his test. Want to reach that island? Lift the blade. His stare intensifies. Show me promise, I'll teach. Lo's glowing energy wavers in shock. His fingers wrap around the oversized hilt just as the man's scarlet power erupts, his own luminous sword drawn. Attack to kill. Green clashes against crimson in a burst of sparks. Lo springs forward, trailing verdant light as he swings downward, only for the man to block smoothly. Beginner's form. Their vibrating blades hum as the man studies Lo. But this force, his eyes flash mid-parry, and this prana. Lo's teeth grind, eyes burning jade as the man realizes, this boy's extraordinary. A primal energy explosion rocks the terrain, pushing the man backward. Later, perched on stone, the man explains, its true name, a floating death that consumes all. His hands tremble. I fought to stop it, failed again. He offers fragile hope. The vanished may still exist. Lo's grip tightens on steel. What's required? First step? The man's ruby eye glows. Break top 10 in adventure ranks. Storm-tossed ships appear afar as he continues. Elite rankers guard forbidden zones. Reach their standing. The isle becomes attainable. Lo's determination crystallizes. Perpetually ranked most lethal, the man cautions. Still determined? Lo meets his stare, green fire mirrored in pupils. Yes. The man, Adele, smirks, scarlet eye gleaming. Then for 1 year, I'll forge you. A scarred palm rises. Swordsmanship only, afterward use me. Pride rings clear. Adele, knight rank number 1, mankind's peak. Your name? Lo. Their hands clasp at sunset. Adele's grin turns savage. No mercy, because his fingers brush a fresh wound. You're the first to scar me instantly. Darkness swirls as ominous words materialize. A year of torture begins. Training flashes, Lo evading blades under moonlight, bleeding palms on splintered wood, warring river monsters, bones breaking under drills. Adele keeps Isle secrets, demanding Lo's choice, surrender or persevere. Through agony, Lo holds one certainty. They live. I'll retrieve them. 365 days later, Lo and Adele stand at the world's edge, winds howling. Prepared? Adele asks. Lo adjusts his pack, same fire in honed eyes. Always was. Lo's gaze sharpened, his readiness etched in the stillness of his stance. A memory surfaced, Yuna's bright voice ringing clear. I want to become a ranked adventurer. Come with me, Lo. Her laughter seemed to dance on the wind. Let's go on an adventure. A quiet realization settled in his chest. Yuna, who dreamed of the outside world, is gone. Now I'm the one walking this path. His jaw tightened. Her dream. I'll carry it forward. Adele turned, his cloak whipping in the breeze. Let's go, Lo. Yeah. The single word held the weight of his vow. At 17, Lo stood taller, both in stature and purpose. Adele noted the change with a grunt. You've grown. Lo flexed his calloused hands. Had to. The journey begins. A map unfurled in their minds. The kingdom of Valterar, the distant speck of Tori village, and their destination, the gleaming capital, Trachista. Appraisal Bureau, Trachista branch. The bureau's marble halls hummed with quiet authority. Behind a mountain of books, a young man named Luke snored at his desk. Luke. A woman's voice cut through his dreams. Luke, it's almost time. He jolted awake, sending papers flying. I'm in trouble. Rubbing his cheek, he groaned. Dozed off again. The bespectacled woman arched a brow. Up all night reviewing rankings? Luke adjusted his rumpled coat defensively. I'm an appraiser. It's my job. Her sigh was fond but firm. You can't assess others if you collapse from exhaustion. Above them, the golden crown emblem of the appraisers glowed, a symbol of elite discernment. Text scroll. Appraisers, dispatched globally to evaluate ranker skills and update the rankings. Required, mastery of combat arts, impartial judgment, and passage of the 7 trials. Only 0.4% of applicants succeed. Luke slumped over his desk. Even appraisers have rankings, and I'm bottom tier. His fist clenched. But I'll climb. Goals? The woman teased. Luke's eyes lit up. Loads? But the fastest way up? He leaned in. Become the exclusive appraiser for a top-tier ranker, she smirked. High standards for someone who naps on duty. Rankers these days are lame, Luke huffed. Past competitions were blood and thunder. Now, he gestured dismissively, half the top 10 bought their spots. With burning resolve, Luke smacked his hands on the table. What makes rankings worthwhile is their regular refreshes. The woman straightened her spectacles with an exhale. Ranking fanatic. Luke smiled, unashamed. Absolutely. His eyes wandered dreamily. Wouldn't it be exciting if a fresh face appeared? Someone to revolutionize these motionless standings? She motioned toward the lively chamber. Perhaps they've arrived. Luke stared at the ocean of applicants. Are the trials normally this crowded? His partner agreed. Zabin Forest's recent hazard area status attracted masses. She surveyed the aspirants expertly. Numerous talented prospects: Al Darkus, mercenary position number 753, a novice mercenary captain with flawless evaluations. Eddie Markman as well, Luke added, indicating. Bowman rank number 102, natural talent from the Markman shooting bloodline. He listed others: trader ranker, warrior ranker, even a scout ranker, as his coworker lifted a surprised eyebrow. Luke beamed. I am an evaluator, naturally. A reception bell chimed. An attendant announced, kindly hold a... This is where you sign up for rankings. The hooded stranger's tone was quiet yet distinct. The clerk paused. Correct. The assessment office oversees all ranking frameworks. New enrollments require adventure ranking. I'm taking the test. As Lowe handed over the 3,000 mil payment, Luke observed closely, face oddly flushed. Still get provincial simpletons unfamiliar with the office, he mumbled. In the majestic auditorium, Luke's associate declared, 3 assessments today, theoretical, hands-on, and an ultimate unexpected challenge. Your combined marks decide success. Examinees moaned as the written segment commenced. One fighter's perspiration fell onto his page. This is ridiculous. It includes everything from creature habitats to historic accords. Afterwards, swamped in documents, Luke stiffened. Applicant number 53, that silent fellow with the vacant stare? His cheeks reddened. Each, individual, response, incorrect. He crushed the page. Consider my effort reviewing this. The partner clarified the guidelines. Collect specified objects for credits. No battling fellow contestants. As participants bragged, plants are my expertise. I'll trap every insect in those woods. The commencement signal sounded. A chaotic rush followed. Luke leaned against a column. At last, respite. His associate pondered, what percentage will succeed? 50%, optimistically. Luke's eyes remained fixed on the woodland border. The associate surveyed the returning examinees. Notice anyone remarkable? She inquired. Luke exhaled. Not a soul, once again? At that moment, am I the earliest to return? Every gaze shifted as Lowe strolled to the collection table, nonchalantly displaying a radiant Rigel ore. 120 marks. The official stared. You're concluding with remaining minutes? Lowe lifted his shoulders. I've satisfied the requirements, correct? She flipped through her records. Additional marks improve your initial placement. Freelance jobs come first, Lowe cut in. Archer's disturbance. A blur of movement, Eddie Markman charged in, breathless. Impossible. I should be leading? He brandished a glistening floatbird plume. 180 marks. Common fare in my household. Lowe's eyelid flickered. Tsh! Boasting about poultry. Eddie's grin chilled. They soar soundlessly at 500 kilometers per hour. Lowe sneered. A jester's attire would suit you. Care to verify that? Eddie notched his projectile. Luke's partner groaned. Ranked individuals and their vanity. Luke chuckled. That's what elevates them. Groundbreaking arrival. A deafening crack of splintering timber hushed the assembly. All spun toward... Examinee number 53 trudged from the woodland, hauling a mound of pelt. With effort, he deposited a crimson grizzly corpse before them. Earth quivered. Unsure how to remove the bile sac, he stated evenly. Will this substitute? The clerk's pen trembled. Aye, indeed. Crimson grizzly gallbladders. 300 marks. Whispers spread. He single-handedly felled a crimson grizzly? That's a Tier B menace. Luke gaped. You identified the breed despite botching the theory portion? Candidate number 53 straightened his gauntlets. They're nuisances back home. Eddie seized a nearby participant. Witnessed the confrontation? The muscular man blanched. A solitary strike, merely one blow. The aftermath. Eddie remained motionless, struggling to comprehend. I didn't truly witness it, he confessed, voice filled with wonder. It happened in an instant. A memory unfolds. The Crimson Grizzly attacked, enormous talons extended. Suddenly, candidate number 53's blade gleamed emerald. The creature dropped mid-assault, severed perfectly down the middle. 1 hour later, subterranean complex. The official spoke to the remaining examinees in the flickering arena. Understand what adventurers must constantly dread most? She lifted a finger. Creatures and fellow men. A displayed illustration depicted adventurers navigating blighted marshes and outlaw-ridden trails. Your assignments will lead you beyond justice's reach. Might isn't preferable, it's essential. She revealed the ultimate trial. Simulated duels. Demonstrate you can confront genuine dangers. Number 53's gaze sharpened. So this was their concealed purpose, to thwart interference. The initial trial. A massive challenger barged forward, jabbing a finger at number 53rd. You, blade higher, face me! He punted a stone aside. Mercenary rankers are all pretense. Before officials could act, the brute attacked. What sort of amateur... Clang. Number 53's steel intercepted the blow with exactness, launching the assailant backward. Apologies, he stated evenly, returning his weapon. Couldn't disregard the slight. The official exhaled as healers removed the stunned man. Taunting a ranked adventurer? Novice error. The prime duel. Luke approached his coworker. Allow me to select the next pairing. Despite objections, he announced, Duel 8, contestants 27 and 41 against number 53. The chamber exploded. Lowe and Eddie stood united, opposing number 53 alone. Have you gone mad? Lowe whispered urgently. Eddie readied his bow, smirking. It's been ages since I've been this slighted. The official seized Luke's sleeve. This is irresponsible. Luke grinned. Most likely. A keen spectator gasped. That man? Revealed warriors. Low Darkus, Crimson Fang mercenary captain. Rumors claim he butchered the Komori's 7 lieutenants and their 62nd ranked leader single-handedly last snowfall. Eddie Markman, archery genius, drilled from childhood by his father, once the world's 2nd-ranked bowman, registered before knowing his letters. Number 53 stood immobile, blade perched on his shoulder. Firelight stretched dark shapes as the 3 combatants measured each other, the entire arena breathless with anticipation. Every bowman recognizes this genius whose talent honors his famed bloodline. Confronting these 2 celebrated warriors stands number 53, a nameless youth advancing calmly with steel drawn. The official, buzzing with exhilaration, throws up her arm and yells, Begin! Eddie reacts instantly, notching an arrow with fiery resolve. Number 53 casually bats aside Eddie's projectiles with fluid sword flicks. Lowe then surges forward with a sharp whoosh, his blade driving toward number 53. Their weapons collide in a tight close-up, Lowe's aggressive strike meeting number 53's unshakable guard. Sparks erupt as metal screeches under tremendous force. Lowe and number 53 trade blistering blows, their swords a dizzying whirl. A spectator gasps, Wait, can you follow that? While another confesses, I only hear clashing. Number 53's eyes sharpen with lethal focus as he counters Lowe's onslaught with a crushing upward slash, sending Lowe's weapon spinning away. Lowe staggers back, stunned at being disarmed so effortlessly. Number 53 leaps, his blade angled for a finishing strike against the unbalanced Lowe. A chilling close-up captures number 53's relentless, hunter-like stare. As he descends, Eddie already looses a barrage from distance. Number 53 lands smoothly, poised above Lowe and Eddie as they regroup. Lowe concedes number 53 is elite tier, while Eddie mutters he's never witnessed such prowess. Number 53 coolly asks if they rank in other combat fields. Eddie discloses his 42nd archery standing and Lowe his 753rd mercenary position. I see, number 53 murmurs, his sword now throbbing with faint emerald light. His eyes ignite with the same vibrant glow as energy erupts around him. Beating you 2 will secure me triple digits, he states. The arena drowns in his overwhelming aura, stunning spectators. Eddie gapes, utterly lost at number 53's sudden surge. Lowe recoils, shouting, What the? His presence just spiked. A young watcher gasps, That's prana, and so dense, it's visible. Eddie snaps that rankings aren't job exclusive, declaring his 42nd archery rank but noting his sniper trials test precision. A close-up on Eddie's steely eye reveals his sniper standing, 78th. An arrow streaks forth, a crosshair mirrored in Eddie's locked gaze. Number 53 sidesteps lazily, the projectile whistling past as Eddie crashes down. Lo stands firm, sword raised, while Eddie lies beaten behind number 53. Lo, he breathes, watching as number 53, still wreathed in blazing energy, turns toward the last challenger. Number 53's sword thrums with energy as his piercing emerald stare locks onto Lo's frightened gaze. In a flash, number 53 blurs past Lo, leaving him frozen. The radiant blade stops a hair's breadth from Lo's neck as the mercenary shouts desperately, "Hold!" Lo lets his weapon clatter to the ground, palms raised. "I yield. Got jobs lined up. Can't end up unconscious like Eddie." Number 53 coolly studies the surrendered mercenary before sliding his sword away with a quiet, "Understood." Lo mops his forehead, thinking, what a beast. Who even is this guy? A spectator marvels, unreal. He just demolished triple-digit fighters. The thrilled official barks decisively, enough, and proclaims the outcome. Victory goes to number 53. Noticing Luke sneaking off, she calls out, but the young evaluator is already bolting toward a cramped tech chamber. Fingers dancing across a luminous console, Luke pulls up restricted files exposing number 53's details. Name, Lo Tuli. Age, 17. Status, unranked. Origin, remote area, unconfirmed. Background, no records of crimes or notable ties. Bingo! Luke's eyes gleam at uncovering this phenom. He charges out yelling, "Lo Tuli," only to find the swordsman mobbed by competing agents. Hell, beaten to it, Luke shouts at the swarm, "You're meant to research before bidding." Amid the chaos, Lo Tuli asks blankly, "What's a dedicated agent?" Luke theatrically slides into view. "Allow me." A dedicated agent, he announces, partners with one ranker for live updates. He presents a crimson gadget dramatically, the rank tell for instant stats. To rocket up rankings, you need me. Lo Tuli ponders this before telling the crowd, "I've got one rule." The eager agents edge closer as he challenges, "Can any of you land me in the adventure rankings top 10? A shocked hush falls. Agents mutter, "The top 10 are demons." As Lo turns away, Luke suddenly bellows, "Hold up!" Shoving through the throng, he races after the swordsman toward an imposing structure, resolve blazing in his stare. Luke pants as he runs after Lo. "Hold up. Why aim for top 10? Lo keeps walking, answering flatly, "My reasons." The city's structures tower behind them. Persistent, Luke balls his hands. "Then I'll make it my concern." His tone rings with resolve. "I'll be your personal analyst and push you to top 10. Lo finally pauses, studying the younger man. "I won't endanger a child." "Child?" Luke huffs. "I'm certified, and frankly, you're barely older." Lo stands firm. "Regardless, I operate solo. No partners." Luke grinds his teeth with a frustrated noise before steeling himself. "I've got my own mission, one worth dying for." He locks eyes with Lo. "To succeed, I require your alliance." Lo fully turns now, startled by Luke's fervor. Against the daylight, Luke's conviction burns as clear as Lo's own when he vows, "I'm reaching that aisle. I'll retrieve them all." Before the majestic assessment hall, their hands finally meet under sunlight. "Lucilia," Luke states properly. "Lo Tuli," the warrior responds. A partnership forms. At dusk, Luke shows off their new quarters, a simple leased space. "Impressive, you're capable," Lo remarks while Luke flops onto bedding, still irritated about probation terms. "I'll demonstrate my value in 7 days," Luke proclaims, then jokingly mimics pleading to remain. Lo's mild, "That'd be pleasant," only aggravates Luke further. "You're lethal in battle," Luke notes, "but oddly absent-minded normally." Lo shrugs. "People mention that." Abruptly, Luke recalls the evaluations. Fidgeting with his rank tell, he announces, "You're listed. Adventure standing, 2,728th. He grins. Cracking 2,000s initially is phenomenal. Lo scowls. "I anticipated triple digits after defeating ranked opponents." Luke details the ranking's brutal nature while emphasizing Lo's remarkable 58th blade velocity position. Professionally speaking, these stats scream potential. When Lo questions varied opponent rankings, Luke displays their records. Al Darkus, numerous elite combat placements. Eddie Markman, including 19th in fungiculture. Multiple rankings mean more avenues, Luke presses. "I'm not career-seeking," Lo retorts. Perched by the window, Luke deduces, You need top 10 adventure status quickly. To access the Divine Isle. Lo's eyes flash. How? Top 10 exclusive access. After a beat, Lo simply nods. Fine. Then upon arrival, Luke proposes, I'll share my complete story too. His smile turns knowing. My circumstances are complex for a rankings novice. Luke's gaze flares dramatically as he declares, what I pursue is the ranking system's shadows. Lo blinks. Huh? But Luke swiftly brushes it aside. Forget it. Shifting focus, he props against the railing. How'd you get that powerful? Your sword skills especially. Lo crunches into an apple. Trained a year with a knight called Adele. Adele? Luke yelps, seizing Lo's collar. Adele, the top-ranked knight? Lo confirms while Luke trembles with awe. He's legendary for turning down every pupil. Luke pulls up Adele's file, fingers quaking. Knights would collapse knowing he mentored you. Lo cocks his head. He's that renowned? Mankind's ultimate warrior. Luke verifies. Oh, Lo takes another bite. I defeated him in our final match. Luke's chin hits the tiles. As Luke mumbles about backgrounds, he examines Lo's rank tell entries. His brow furrows. Thule, freshly registered. Doubt tinges his tone. Lo, what's your actual family name? Lo stares. Family name. A memory surfaces, Adele and Lo facing the massive pit. Use Lo Thule, Adele instructs. Quickest route to the Isle. Victory may yield answers. Lo's eyes flash with comprehension. Understood. Present, Luke realizes, not a pseudonym then. Lo's hand tightens. Thule is my bloodline's name. The gravity in his voice brooks no argument. Luke nods. Got it, thanks for sharing. Yawning, he declares lights out. Reaching for his cap, Lo finally observes. You're female? Luke halts mid-reach, then spins. Hold on, you only just... Lo dips his head. Apologies. Apologies? She grips her hat indignantly as the view dissolves to their moonlit balcony. Dawnlight washes over a lively market street. In their quarters, Luke scans a paper when Lo comes downstairs. Awake already, she notes. Lo stops halfway. Huh? Just thirsty. Right. She binds her azure locks. Food first. Then, her palm settles on her hat. Tactics session to breach the top 10. At a bright eatery, Luke explains between mouthfuls. Adventure ranks demand feats, territory expansion, discoveries. She pokes her rank tell. Quests are ideal, loot and clout. Lo nods, admiring the gadget's efficiency as Luke smirks. Benefits of a dedicated analyst. Lo inquires about easy ranking boosts through requests. Luke clarifies he needs high-risk missions. As she displays perilous options, Lo instantly selects the topmost. Luke pounds the table, yelling, You can't handle this yet. It's suicide. But Lo evenly responds, Can't know without attempting. Luke insists believe a certified assessor. This mission will kill you. Lo calmly counters, Still, let me try. Flustered, Luke thinks more obstinate than expected. Must convince him. A well-dressed man approaches, smoothly inquiring, Trouble here? Luke gasps, Mr. L, as she greets him warmly. Long time, Luke. While Lo observes, Luke introduces, This is L. Broward. She reveals L is an elite adventurer holding 11th rank. Lo's gaze sharpens, comprehending the significance. He remembers Adele's warning, Top adventurers are beasts, and this man stands among them. Luke looks up at L, a high ranker radiating confidence. Lo realizes 11th place, just one rank from challenging the Divine Isle. Seizing the opportunity, Luke eagerly asks, Mr. L, could you assist us? He readily agrees. Luke then dramatically points at Lo, declaring, Lo, fight him. The view shifts to a spacious, empty battleground where Lo and L stand opposed. L approaches. Surprised, Lo accepted. As Lo admits he hadn't anticipated this. L reveals he borrowed a spear, noting, lightweight, but adequate. Lo, solemn, confirms his readiness. L advises casual speech since formalities don't matter in rankings. Luke boasts L updated her ranking earlier, praising Luke's exceptional. L reflects on Luke's encyclopedic knowledge and unique dedication to precise rankings. Blushing, Luke admits she'd do anything for L's requests. L tells Lo that Luke asked him to humble a stubborn rookie, adding, She worries for you. Lo's eyes narrow, sensing L's tremendous power. Just his presence radiates threat. L's fiery aura flares as he readies his spear, the danger palpable. Luke cries out, Lo, Zrenia, face lined with concern as he faces this titan. Determined, she shouts, This is educational. You must understand the world's scale, at least once. Lo absorbs Luke's fervent words, expression inscrutable. He murmurs, The world's scale? As visions of catastrophic force flash amid emerald energy, Lo defiantly proclaims, "I'm well aware." The arena display flashes L. Broward, 11th, versus Lo Thule, 2728th. Luke, arm raised high, officially announces, "Begin." Zrenya igniting the clash. Metal shrieks as L's spear clashes against Lo's luminous green blade in a furious deadlock. Lo's focused gaze intensifies as he channels vibrant energy through his sword with a powerful arc. Lo's prana-charged strike gouges the arena floor, forcing L to leap back. L analyzes keenly, noting Lo's energy-enhanced blade and reflexes. Deflecting another attack, L privately questions Lo's recognizable sword style. He recalls the fabled Blade Sage technique, a secret discipline taught to only one heir per era. Lo's unrelenting onslaught snaps L from his thoughts. No time for hesitation. In a lightning move, Lo's steel finds a gap, slamming into L with brutal force. Despite the blow, L remarks casually, "I'm quite at ease." As Lo visibly struggles, L effortlessly backflips, evading another of Lo's emerald-charged strikes. Metal screeches against metal again, their fierce duel scattering sparks. L studies Lo's luminous aura intently, conceding, "Just observing his prana. He surpasses me." Furthermore, the radiant energy creates separation as L lands gracefully while Lo stands firm, his glowing power undiminished. L, curious, directly questions Lo. "Which clan do you hail from?" startling him. Lo, still wreathed in green energy, appears confused, echoing, "Clan?" With a knowing grin, L persists. "Don't play naive. Prana radiance is innate." He dismisses his inquiry. Anyway, then tightens his spear grip. Bracing himself, he drives his weapon into the arena floor, fracturing stone as he prepares to reveal his true might. L, spear planted, confidently inquires, "You know arts as well, yes?" Lo, a trickle of sweat on his brow, looks bewildered, murmuring, "Arts?" L's eyes ignite as he chants, "The thundering steed crossing countless peaks chases its wind." Lo gapes as L floats midair, massive energy coalescing into a golden glow. The incantation continues with golden blade visions. Finding calm beneath the waves, it turns its stride. Innumerable golden swords manifest around L as he proudly declares and springs forward. Encircled by a whirlwind of spectral blades, L announces, "Broward clan arts, spear technique, Zen." His eyes flash as he cautions Lo, "Use yours now. Or else." Luke watches nervously as L states coldly, "You'll perish." Lo clutches his blade, bracing against L's overwhelming force, heralding. L adjusts his spectacles, golden stare locked on Lo, wordless challenge burning. Lo, perspiring, stares stunned, whispering, "This is..." As the golden glow amplifies, with a fluid motion, L angles his spear, unleashing the golden sword storm toward Lo. Gilded weapons descend like rain, forcing Lo to gaze upward in dismay at the relentless barrage. Lo frantically parries with his emerald sword, repelling some phantom blades. One golden edge nicks Lo's thigh, blood welling as he hisses in pain. L notes clinically, "That won't suffice. Common steel can't withstand this technique." As he prepares another wave, Lo finds himself completely surrounded by a maelstrom of glowing golden swords. He fights frantically, his green prana clashing against the relentless barrage of golden energy. After the onslaught, L stands composed, spear aimed, while Lo stumbles back, wounded but defiant. Lo recalls his master's words, "Your prana handling is still rough." A flashback shows a younger Lo training with his stern-faced master. The master explains, "But once you get used to it, you'll slowly be able to use techniques." Young Lo, intrigued, repeats, "Techniques?" His master's sword glows red as he instructs, "Watch closely," demonstrating a basic technique with his crimson radiating blade. In the present, Lo channels that teaching, his own sword erupting with vibrant green prana. He unleashes a devastating gale, slash, a torrent of green energy tearing through the air. L looks up, witnessing the massive wave of Lo's prana surging toward him. "Fast," L acknowledges as he braces, spear ready against the swirling green energy wave crashing toward him. Unfazed, L raises a hand, his golden sword still shimmering in the air around him. He counters, spear ablur against the backdrop of his radiant golden arts. Lo's massive green slash collides with L's defense, erupting in a blinding explosion of power. L acknowledges the strike, a supersonic slash too fast for the naked eye to see. Yet he tightens his grip, his resolve hardening against the onslaught. Lo desperately parries L's golden projectiles, his green aura flaring with each block. Another golden spear-like blade streaks through the air, homing in on the embattled Lo. The impact sends Lo flying backward, his body twisting from the force of the blow. As Lo hits the ground, L observes, surrounded by his golden arsenal. "That's impressive." With a decisive snap of his fingers, he states, "However, The wall is high. Countless golden swords encircle Lo in an inescapable cage of light. Luke watches in horror as Lo stares up, overwhelmed by the impending doom. L's eyes gleam as he warns, "Don't underestimate the adventure rankings." A blinding torrent of golden blades descends upon Lo with terrifying speed. Lo desperately tries to shield himself, muttering, "Damn it," as L observes. The arena erupts in a cataclysmic explosion of golden energy and shattered stone. Lo sprawls defeated in a pit, L looming above with golden spears standing like sentinels. Bruised and breathless, Lo peers upward as L stares down. L Broward, adventure rank 11th, claims decisive victory. Luke approaches, inquiring, "Content?" L responds courteously, "Quite, thank you." Luke observes, "Lo must understand now," as L praises Luke's earlier counsel. Glancing at the fallen swordsman, Luke notes to L, "You remained certain till the end." He completes the thought, "That the boy might triumph? Yes?" While Lo lies insensate, Luke quietly concedes, "I merely considered the possibility." L astutely questions, "Because he's Adele's pupil, correct?" Startling Luke, who confirms, "You recognized." L explains, "That rapid slash revealed it. A Sword Saint's signature move." L contemplates the Sword Saint legacy, an elite tradition passed through generations of premier knights. He notes the consequences. An adventurer wielding such skill is sacrilege to knight rankers. A concerned Luke agrees as L cautions, "We must shield Lo from them, lest he perish." L reflects that knight status might have altered matters. As Luke appears pensive, he recalls Lo's resolute declaration, "There's something I must accomplish." Luke clarifies to L, "But my faith in Lo wasn't due to sword techniques." He reveals, "I believed because he supposedly struck Adele cleanly," shocking L. Surveying the defeated Lo, L deems this impossible presently, yet Luke trusts Lo's honesty. L muses there must be explanation, admitting, "The Sword Saint art astonished me," then remembers Lo's vivid green prana, thinking, that luminous energy was more startling still. "Mr. L?" Luke calls. As L studies his spear resting on the battleground, he lifts it, theorizing, "That youth likely possesses his own art." Turning with grave intensity, L confesses, "Had he unleashed it, I might have fallen."